And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box Podcast, where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. John Bon Jovi, have we got a show for you? Coming up on episode 199, we're going to give you a reason why you should never upset a beekeeper, why you should check yourself before you wreck yourself when you're going to the dentist. We're talking vroom vroom cars in a movie review and much, much more. I'm Mike Fish, and I am joined, as always, by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
What's good, y'all? Happy Independence Day. Happy 4th of July. It's the Waffle Box, the original Waffle Box. You accept no substitutions. Coming to you all the way from the future home of Super Bowl 60. 30 short weeks away, Mike Fish.
Wow.
You love us because we do this, and we do this because we love you. Reminding you again, do not drink and drive this weekend. Don't go into your car. But, just stay home entirely, okay? But wherever you got to go, don't drink and drive.
Or maybe you should not celebrate because the 4th of July is a horrible holiday, and it just highlights how ungrateful you are as Americans.
Don't start that shit again.
Oh, no tax representation. Whatever, losers. How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. I would like to say I'm having a great goddamn time. I've been enjoying success with the WNBA. The fan base is fantastic. The crowd is hot. Everybody is behind our winning Golden State Valkyries team. Ball is like the dopest name I've heard for a sports organization in a long time. That's what they call the Chase Center when the ladies are playing. And I could not be there for it anymore. Unfortunately, I won't be there for another month. But I've been to 6 out of 10 games already, and I am looking forward to being more a part of it. Although there's like 11 games left in the regular season for the home.
Man, you're an ally, doing it for the ladies.
Yeah, man, I'm starting to get to know them. I'm starting to see their strengths. I see a couple flaws, and so is the administration, because they're just cutting women left and right. It's kind of crazy. We had we had a woman named Julie Van Loo out of Belgium. She left for a couple weeks to play in the international European women's basketball tournament. I don't even know if that's the correct phrasing for it. Her team won, by the way. Belgium won. And then as soon as she got home, they're like, and you're cut.
Oh.
So get back on that plane and take your butt back to Belgium. And I was just like, that's just kind of rude.
They cut her because she left to play for a country?
I think they cut her because she's, for a basketball player, she is old. She's only 36 years old, but that's pretty old for a basketball player.
For a man that's about to celebrate his 40th birthday, that cuts deep.
Yeah, as someone who's also getting ready to celebrate 47, I hear you. And also, I was just like, that's just rude. She was an asset for you guys, but guess what? I'm loving everybody else. There's a woman named she's French, number 0, Latisse, if I'm even pronouncing her name. I saw this woman running so goddamn hard. She knocked the ball out of bounds, but then she couldn't just stop. So she hurdled over 2 rows of chairs, hurdled over a fat coworker of mine, and then had to still run up 3 more rows of chairs before she could finally stop. That bitch is amazing. And then my favorite player so far is number 3, and her name is Leticia.
Number
It's
3.
pronounced Amy here, but it's spelled Amighere, all one word. So every time I see her, I go, "Am I here?" And I go, "Yes, you are."
Hey.
But dude, she is so fucking dominant. Like, she just swats the ball and like, oh my God, she'll hurt your feelings with a look, dude. Just so strong, so dominant. Like, Amighere is becoming my favoriteest Golden State Valkyrie right now.
Nice.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. It's now, what is it? It's 'cause since I was bitching about the weather. It's now a 88 degrees. It's
Okay.
almost freezing. Oh, Need to put my hoodies back on. But no, I was telling you before we hit record, I'm going to tell you about a t-shirt I saw today in a grocery store because it's a beautiful day today. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. So I'm going to do some grill. Going to grill some burgers, put some corn on the grill. Have some nice grilled dinner. So I was like, let's go to the grocery store, buy some Pat Frida burgers. Shout out to Pat Frida burgers. If you haven't had a Pat Frida burger, they're the best kind of burgers ever. I don't know where they're available, but anyway. And then I saw in the store a woman pushing a cart, and her t-shirt just read, "So hood, so holy. Pray with me, don't play with me."
Oh no.
And it was like, that's an amazing t-shirt.
Is it?
So many, yeah, because it's because one is kind of it sends a message, right? It says this is
It's
the kind of
definitely
person I
sending a
am.
message.
Don't play with me.
Hmm.
It's so like that's a choice. Like I'm holy. I believe in God and Jesus and peace amongst men, but bitch, don't try me. I will kill you. It's just a hell. It's this beautiful juxtaposition in such a cotton cloth
Hmm.
item that I was like, that's amazing.
Okay.
I wanted to discuss it further with the woman, but her husband was standing there and he didn't look like he wanted to have a conversation either. But
Yeah, probably
they
best that
were
you
they were
stayed back on
very
that one.
unapproachable as a couple. Let's just say that.
The
Um,
t-shirt would have told you that already. Yeah.
yeah.
Don't play with me.
But yeah, it's just an interesting like we're gonna go out. Let me put my t-shirt on. What t-shirt should I put on? Let me wear the t-shirt that lets people know that I'm religious,
Hmm.
but I'll also smack a bitch. Like that's the kind of image I want to
Hmm.
put out there. It's fascinating, fascinating. Um, quick hot take before we get into the meat and potatoes of the show,
Hot take.
right?
I thought we had a cue for that. Sorry.
It's gonna be it's coming. Don't worry. But have you? I'm sure you've had this. This surely everyone has had this situation happen to them, and so I'd like to think that even though I'm going to say this is a hot take, I don't
Hmm.
necessarily think it's going to be a hot take because I think everyone's going to be like, "Yeah, that's facts. We need to institute this, right?" But
Hmm.
when people announce to the group
Hmm.
that they're about to say something, but they forgot what they were going to say,
Oh.
I think that it should be okay to put them on timeout. Like they should not be able to contribute to the conversation for like at
Stand
least
in the
15
corner.
minutes.
That's a hot take.
No, face the corner. You're on
That's
timeout.
a spicy
Wait for
meatball.
the jingle to finish. There we go.
Yeah,
Like
go to your room.
it just again, it's like, who are these people that are walking this earth that think, oh, I was going to contribute something to this conversation, but then I forgot what I was going to contribute to this conversation.
Hmm.
I bet everyone here wants to know that. Like no one is. Oh, thank you for sharing that. I'm so
Hmm.
glad you've let us know that you was planning on bringing this conversation to the board. It's like oh, it just probably annoys me more than it should. But it happened to me recently, and I'm like, so shut the fuck up. Shut up then. It's kind of like it's the conversational version of like let's just say like, oh shit oh I'm $20. Oh, can someone loan me $20 cash? Well, I'll send you the money, but I need cash. It's cash only. I need $20 of cash. I'll Zelle you or Venmo you or whatever you use.
Hmm.
And then someone goes, "Oh yeah, I would give you the $20, but I don't have it." And be like, "Well,
Hmm.
shut the fuck up! Like, why are you okay? So why are you speaking right now? Shut up."
Hmm.
People speak too much. That might be the gist of like my story. I think just people need to be okay with not saying anything
Yeah, story of
when
my
they have
life.
nothing to add.
Hmm. I agree.
That's a hot take.
That's a spicy meatball.
See, now I'm kind of regretting mocking the temperature. It's getting a little bit toasty in here. Um, we've actually got several fun stories to talk about.
Let's jump into it,
just whoop, dive in. Whoop,
please.
head first. Whoop. That's my diving sound. Whoop. It's now time for this week's top stories.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
Bubbles. Did something change about the jingle? It sounds different tonight.
Nope, it's just as
Okay.
bubbly.
Interesting.
Anyway, in Severa, Spain. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right because some
Okay.
words like Severa, sometimes
Oh,
like these are different, like pronounces different in Spanish. And,
Sure. Seville.
so anyway, Severa. Let's just do it 'cause it sounds nice. In Spain, a 70-year-old beekeeper was stopped by traffic police for not wearing a seatbelt and driving erratically, reacted with fury when asked to take a second breathalyzer test due to suspected intoxication. Now, fortunately, I've never been pulled over by the police. Have you been? You don't have to divulge the information if you have.
Yeah, I have.
Have you?
It's
Have you had
but never for a
breathalyzer?
DUI or anything. It's
Okay.
usually like a tail lights out or some very trivial and small, but thankfully never because I was a danger to anybody.
So I just wonder why would they? So clearly, when they've asked him to take a second breathalyzer,
Mhm.
so clearly he's taken the first breathalyzer.
Mhm.
Like, so maybe what the results were inconclusive, I guess, maybe they said if asked him. And he's like, oh, no, I've rolled my dice enough. I'm not going to take a second one for that.
We did a Waffle Box a few years ago where I did a breathalyzer on the air in real time.
Thanks.
And the results were always just like, oh my God, you're like 3 times over the legal limit right now. But I also didn't wait the 20 minutes. Like I would take a swig and then
Then
blow into it.
breathalyze.
So yeah, I don't know why they would need to give him a second breathalyzer. He's guilty or he's fine. Like,
Yeah, let's know at enjoybox@gmail.com. But anyway, so after refusing to take the second breathalyzer, he then threatened to kill the police officers.
that's
It's
not
never a
good.
good sign. It's never a
No.
good sign. If you want to look innocent, never threaten to murder a police officer.
Bad form.
Tends to make you look a little shady.
It's bad luck.
Yeah. He then opened his van, unleashing a swarm of honeybees that attacked the two policemen.
Now that is funny.
That's right. Is he like a superhero villain?
A super
Like,
villain? Yeah.
how did the bees not like they knew who to attack straight away. They walked out and was like, boss, those are the two guys. Fuck them. Let's go.
He has clearly imprinted his posture on them. I don't know if I'm even saying that correctly, but he's definitely got some control over those honeybees. And when he sicked them on the cops, that shit's hilarious. I don't care who you are. Like I don't care what you've done. That shit is funny. Unless you're the two cops
Yeah, that's
in
not so funny.
Spain, then yeah, it's not funny. However, if you're everybody else, that shit is hilarious. And I would actually like to employ this gentleman and have him stick his honeybees on several people in my neighborhood.
I like the fact that in the article there's the next part of like what happened to the police officers. What did they do next?
Oh, what
It
did
says
they do next?
the officers, quote, stung and unprepared. Like it's like it almost mocks them for like, oh wait, you wasn't prepared to be stung by a bunch of honeybees? Fucking losers. They sought refuge in a nearby restaurant where they received treatment for their injuries. The beekeeper was later arrested for assaulting law enforcement, which I don't like. See, there's a technicality here. He didn't do anything. It was the bees.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that work?
We're gonna have a day in court and discuss that most likely.
Because if they're saying that he was the person that assaulted them, then they are now insinuating that he told the bees. So it's almost like if you hire a hitman. Don't get me wrong, the hitman's going to get in trouble, but you're also going to get in trouble because you paid the hitman to do the thing. They're now saying that he has some level communication with these bees. So the court is now saying that he is a supervillain.
It's one of the most unique cases I've ever heard about. However, it is on the line of sicking your dog on the stand cops. Like it definitely will fall into that.
Do you know what's even crazy about this story?
What's crazy?
They released him on bail. Like, seriously, there's a guy who has control over killer honeybees. I don't know if they're killer, but honeybees that will sting anyone that he goes, get him. Sick 'em, boys.
I mean,
And you want to release that man back into the public?
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously?
Mm-hmm. I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, he's going to go back to his, like, lair that's carved into a cave or like a mountain.
It's shaped like a honeycomb, too.
Yeah. And now he's going to regroup, train more honeybees who are, like, in it, like, you know, sympathetic to his cause. You know, there's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world right now. Not that we're going to mention it, but maybe this guy could be the, you know, what I'm saying. We need to keep an eye on this guy.
I don't know. I would like to get in touch with this gentleman and learn his secrets. Again, there's a couple heads out here I would love to stick some honeybees on.
The only problem with his style of crime is that I can't think of, like, if you were going to give yourself like a supervillain name, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that would sound menacing enough.
Well,
like honeybee man. It's like that's not scary.
That doesn't work. If he was a she, we could call him Queen Bee.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but because it's good. I mean, we can still call him Queen Bee. I don't care. Like, but
he definitely needs to get a female to help him now. Then he can kind of take. He can be like the silent partner. He can be doing the training, but like she's the front because she's cool. Queen Bee. Also, next story. How often, Kush, have you learned to do something by watching tutorials on the interwebs?
Only a very small handful of times. Less than a handful of times, I would say.
So,
and then it just go in one ear and out the other. As soon as I've completed the objective, I forget it.
Really fascinating. So a couple of occasions, I had an issue where I had to fully change the faucet, as you call it in America, to the kitchen sink.
Okay.
Had YouTube teach me how to do that. Job done. Boom, boom, boom. Another one where I had like a nail in my tire, and so I had to change the tire, put the spare tire on. Dear YouTube, teach me how to do that. Boom. Nailed it.
Okay. Very good.
Would you, now knowing that information, if you had an issue with your kitchen faucet, would you now trust me to help you?
Sure, why not?
Right, okay, I like that. If you had a nail in your tire and needed emergency help putting your spare tire on, and let's just say you didn't know how to, but you knew I was nearby, would you go, hey, Mike, you know how to change the tire, right? And I'd be like, yeah.
In fact, I do know how to change a tire, but if I didn't, I would ask you, would you please show me how to change a tire? And then I would now know how to change a tire, which has happened to me 25 plus years ago.
Now, in the old comedic power of three, I am now going to go
rule 3.
left field right now. Kush, would you ever go to a dentist who learned how to be a dentist through watching online tutorial videos?
Oh, I mean, I don't know how I would know that though.
I guess.
But the quick answer is no. Obviously no, but I don't know how I would know that.
I always feel bad for like the Eastern European area because generally, unless it's Florida, all the crazy shit always seems to happen in Eastern Europe.
Germany and Florida. Yeah, that's an Adam Carolla bit.
Oh no, this one. You know, when you hear the story, okay, the story is about a dentist who learned how to be a dentist by watching YouTube videos. In the Czech Republic, of course it happened in the fucking Czech Republic, a family of 3 ran an illegal dental clinic for 2 years, performing procedures like root canals and tooth extractions using only online tutorials.
Tooth extraction is very easy. You're just extracting.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Like the last time I had a tooth taken out, because it was like a wisdom tooth.
That's a little different, but still.
When it happened, I still thought this is very medieval. Don't get me wrong; they gave me the painkillers and numbed the area, but it was pretty much open your mouth, pliers in, yank.
Yeah, so all my wisdom teeth are now thankfully gone. During the pandemic, I took the opportunity because the state was paying for it, and I had nothing but time on my hands. I was like, let's get these impacted wisdom teeth out. They were literally not growing up, but growing sideways. So all these were crooked because of this impacted. Anyways, it required oral surgery. They popped them out. However, back in the 90s, the late 90s, the dentist was fucking around with the teeth because I had terrible hygiene and I spent a whole summer in the chair. But he's like, these two wisdom teeth need to come out. And I'm like, rather not, but all right, UPS is paying for it. Let's do it. First tooth popped out, not a problem. The second tooth, I don't know what the fuck was going on with that, but my man was literally, he's got his foot on the chair that I'm sitting in, and he's just like pulling to the point where, well, by the way, your teeth get wet because of saliva. So the first time the pliers just went, it made a little snap. No,
Ugh.
and then again he had to put his goddamn foot like on the shoulder of the chair, and then he popped that sucker out, and I was so shocked. By the way, this fucking cunt started laughing at me because guess what? I had the nerve to be shocked that a man just pulled a tooth out by doing this bullshit. Okay, you should see your face right now. And I was like, I fucking hate you. You're the worst person on the planet. I never want to come back here again. Oh, by the way, he's also a Scientologist, so he's like, I don't believe in drugs and this and that and the other. Like,
Well, I
you know,
do, motherfucker. Give me the fucking
oh,
Novocaine.
dude, so they gave me, I had a demand they give me gas. So they put the thing on my little nose, and he squeaked, just enough that you could feel the nose hairs being
Yeah,
tickled.
tinkling.
But I wouldn't say I was under. Like I was awake for the entire thing, and I know I'm a giant and a redhead and this and that and the other, but I was just like, this is like one of the worst experiences I've ever had in life. So, anyways, I'm thankful I don't remember who that dentist is. I've never been back to him since that summer, and I hope he burns in hell.
Just the facts, ma'am.
The dentist who would do this, do all the rest of the work during the pandemic, lovely. Seacliff Dental, if you're ever in San Francisco and you get an appointment with them, they have the tools and the talent, and they are the best. But this guy is a cocksucker, and I hope he dies.
Yeah, I feel the same way about my dentist, but I'm not going to give him a free plug because, otherwise then I'm never going to get an appointment. You know what I mean?
No. I gave a free plug to the guys that are good. There's another guy, death.
Give me money. Anyway, so yes, the 22-year-old son of the family posed as a dentist, whilst his 50-year-old mother, a nurse, supplied materials like anesthetics and fillings,
Ooh,
and his 44-year-old father, again, why do they put ages in the articles unless it adds something to the story? Like, I don't give a fuck that his mum was 50 when his dad was 44. Like, doesn't. Anyway.
No, it matters. It matters. But go on.
His 44-year-old father crafted the prosthetics. Operating without licenses or training, they treated dozens of patients, earning approximately $185,000. Nice.
Only.
That's like 3 weeks' work for a dentist in New York.
It should be, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, and they've been doing this for 2 years. Well, all
That's
right.
probably how they got caught. It's like, this is too cheap. This is far too cheap. The clinic was uncovered after a patient reported complications. They fucked up, leading to the family's arrest. They face up to 8 years in prison.
Yeah, good.
Do you know what the scary part is?
What's scary?
I don't know what the fuck is going on in the Czech Republic. The Czech Dental Chamber, the CDC, notes about 10 fake dentist cases are reported annually. What?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's a third world country. It's
Is it though? Is it a third world country?
I mean, if there's 10 of these, yeah. I mean, people are going to them for the cheapest rate. I don't know what insurance is like over there, but they probably don't have any. So yeah, people are just rolling the dice and hoping they don't get an infection, which this one person did get, obviously, through a complication or whatever it was the you just said. And yeah, 8 years, huh? It's amazing they're only being charged for 8 years because apparently this woman was stealing medical supplies
Right.
from her nursing job so that they could.
That's pretty sketch.
Incredibly sketch.
But anyway, yeah, if this happened in America, I think she'd get more in trouble than the guy actually pretending to be the dentist and doing the procedures.
I feel like we've covered
Steal their
fake
shit.
dentistry in America on this show. And yes, you're correct. Like she's stealing medical supplies, so she would be in way more trouble if this was here.
By the way, if anyone is listening in Czech Republic, the person that called your country a third world country was Kush Hayes, not me. Mike Fish loves your country. I'm a big fan of your country.
All right.
Send me free shit. Anyway,
Why do you want free shit from the Czech Republic?
I don't know if it's free, if it's bad, whatever. Just toss it out. But if it's good, come on.
Yeah,
Gotta
throw
play
me
the
under
numbers
the bus
game.
for some free Czech shit? Man, what's wrong with you?
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Hey. Finally, is your car racist? The hell of a headline.
Yeah, only if it's a racing car.
Whew. Now I've got some help here. I made what's the word when you spell something phonetically? I phonetically spell these words because this happens in China. China. In Zhushang, China, Mr. Li driving his sister's Xiaomi, which is I guess a Chinese brand of car,
Sure.
SU7 Max, faced over 20 false alerts from the car's AI fatigue detection system, which mistook his naturally small eyes for a sign of drowsiness.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that's so racist.
I mean,
I'm not
what
going
is
to do the
that?
impression.
Thank
Yes,
you.
we are aware that certain people from the Asian region do have smaller looking eyes. shall we?
This is a fact. We will not impersonate it.
No,
cheap.
we will not.
It's cheap. Don't do it.
I mean, you could do it right now. You
I
wear
won't.
sunglasses, no one would know.
No.
Nah, just don't do it. But the fact it's just a Chinese car, that's fucked up.
I mean,
Like, if this
I don't
was
know if
like
the
an
car can be
American
racist.
car, I could get it. Like, oh yeah, here we go, the American car, fucking making fun of the Chinese guy, dick. But it's a Chinese car. What is this? What's even scarier than this racist car? Right. Despite being fully alert, the system repeatedly used voice and on-screen warnings to quote focus on driving. Lee found that widening his eyes stopped the alerts,
Okay.
but the dude has to drive like holding his eyes open. That's not fun. Then he's like, both hands on the wheel. And he's like, I can't win. I can't win. But only they resumed when his eyes returned to normal. The system uses a steering wheel camera to monitor eye movements and facial expressions, designed to detect fatigue or distraction. Lee noted his sister never experienced the issue, so I guess I don't know. But then
She's
what
got
happened?
wider eyes. It's fine.
Yeah, maybe. But you know what? Xiaomi, the Chinese car manufacturer, responded to this article.
What'd they say?
They said, well, you can just disable the settings. You can disable that feature by the settings. But no, wait. I shouldn't have to disable a safety feature in my car because it's fucking racist. Or maybe it's not racist, you know what I mean?
You know, the Chinese car cannot be racist to Chinese people. Mike, you need to drop this.
No. Yes, it can.
No, it can't. It's a Chinese
Yes, it
car.
can.
How does that work?
Because this is, here we go. We're going down the rabbit hole here, Kush.
This is your fault, man. But
car.
how can the Chinese car be racist to Chinese people?
Because it's a car, not a human.
Yes, right. So, to your point, not racist. It's just a technical defect, man. This also has to affect people in the morning. Like, have you ever been bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in the morning? You're not a morning person. I've known you this long. Like, you would never leave your driveway if this was a function on your automobile today. Like, you would never leave the house if this was a problem.
Fine by me. I won't leave my house that early in the morning. But now this is another example. So, robots versus humans. So not only, if you've watched again, we bring it up a million times. If you've watched Terminator, the robots are out to get us. Now,
speciest, though,
now they're just making
racist.
fun of us. They're just being racist. This
specious.
robot.
Robots aren't a race; they're a species. Humans are a species. It's speciest. It's not racist. God damn it, dude.
My microphone arm is just being a dick.
Oh, hey. I only took 199 episodes for you to know what I've been going through the first year.
Maybe it's I don't know if it's the heat or it's getting limp. It all happens to the
they
best
make
of
little
this
pills for
microphone
that now.
arm.
They make little pills for that now.
Exactly. You can do this. We ain't got no way to go. Woo! So there you go. Chinese cars, Xiaomi are racist. Don't go to a dentist in Czech Republic because you never know what you're going to get. And also don't pull over a beekeeper if you are a police officer. It's probably not worth it. Marvelous. Anyway, none of these people that I spoke about have achieved anything in their life.
The beekeeper's pretty impressive still.
Oh, he's been arrested, I guess. And there's a pretty good story to tell people.
He's trained bees to attack on his command. Like that's
He's going to be on bail and he's going to go straight to the local bar and that's going to be a great story to tell. He is not going to have to pay for another drink.
I would hope not. Probably those people get stung by bees.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you want to buy me a beer? No. Let me just go to my car for a second. Oh, fine. I'll buy you a beer. I'll buy you a beer. Jesus Christ. Do you reckon he has like the Pied Piper with the rats had like a flute? What do you reckon he has?
He has to have something that'll just cue the command. Like, or maybe he like just had the little. If you take a queen bee, a physical queen bee,
The actual queen bee.
The actual queen bee, like there's many videos on YouTube and Facebook or whatever where just like someone went to Walmart and then they came out 45 minutes later and their car is drenched in bees because a queen bee somehow like got into
the
into the vent. Thank you. And now the bees are just like, well, the queen is here, so this is where we are.
This is our nest now.
Yeah. So I have to think like I literally wonder like, do you just like go, get it, my queen, and then
So
all
like
the bees just went,
maybe like he traps the queen bee in like a dart and then throws it towards his target.
yes.
Oh, I like that.
Well, like he's got a little blow dart or something like.
Yeah. It writes itself. Copyright Waffle Box. DC,
2025.
Marvel, reach out to us. We've got your next moneymaker, baby. Anyway, other than that guy, no one's achieved anything in their life, but there is someone that has achieved something in their lives. Eventually, we'll get into that. It's now time for this week's Dumb World Record of the Week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? Why?
Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
Kalichi Ezihi. I'm going to go with that. That's how you pronounce his name.
I don't know.
A Long Island man who is originally from Nigeria hit the links, aka golf course, for those that don't know the lingo, at Huntington Crescent Club at 6 p.m. on Sunday with the intention of playing golf for 24 hours, which was the minimum goal set by the Guinness World Records to originate the title for the longest marathon playing golf.
Okay.
Fortunately, this is my view, very annoying. After about 14 hours of playing golf, someone got in touch with him and was like, oh, yeah. Someone actually had the exact same idea as you at the exact same time. So while he was about 14 hours into his record attempt, he was told that a man in Norway had just completed 32 hours of non-stop golf. So he's like, so his plan changed, and rather than doing 24 hours of non-stop golf, he extended his own attempt and ended up finishing after 36 hours of non-stop golf on Tuesday.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know how you play golf at nighttime. Just saying that. I'm just going to put that
Oh,
out.
no. Great point.
Unless he had like glow in the dark balls.
I imagine that's a thing.
Surely.
It has to be a thing,
Yes, it
right?
has to be.
The glow in the dark is a thing. Like,
But
yeah.
then, as you know where the bunker is, as you know where the fucking trees are,
Hmm.
that'd be freaky if you just hit your
Yeah.
glow in the dark neon ball and then it just bounces off a tree that you didn't even know was there, and you're like, what the fuck?
I haven't been on too many golf courses, but I don't recall there being any lights for you to do night golf on. So yeah.
Copyright Waffle Box. Nighttime golf. Boom.
Why not?
Rolling in the money. Izihi said that his goal is to expand the reach of golf. Yes, golf, that extremely niche sport that no one's ever heard of, especially to young people in Nigeria, where he
Oh,
has.
yeah.
That's fair. Okay, yeah, I don't think Nigeria is big on golf. Where he
Yeah.
has bought land and plans to build a golf course in Nigeria. Um, she's nice, I guess. But yes, I guess congratulations to Kalichi El Ezihi, Long Island man, which it's not New York City, by the way. It's working that way I say that. But people always say like they're from like Long Island. Oh yeah, I'm from New York. No, you're not. It's Long Island. It's not New York. Don't get me started on that. Anyway, congratulations on bringing the world over 36 hours of non-stop golf because you had 36 hours of nothing to do. Woo! Golf, I'm sorry. Golf is just not okay, I'm not going to say it's not a sport. That's unfair to say. But it's so boring.
Pretty boring. There's definitely skill involved in it. Like
100%.
But
Very skillful.
It is a thing that you just participate in to do business deals with apparently, and also to get away from the wife for 5 hours at a time.
I think I mentioned it before though, but we have a guy that comes into my bar
Hmm.
and he'll be there for like 6 to 8 hours, just sitting there drinking, watching
Sure.
golf on TV.
Oh goodness.
I just, hey, whatever. As long as you're paying your tab, I don't give a fuck. But like,
Yeah,
that's I don't know how
I
he
don't know how
enjoys
they
that.
do that. Like, but there's a whole channel dedicated to it. So
There is. It's called the
the Golf
Golf
Channel.
Channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fucking crazy. No, do you know what happens sometimes when golf hits mainstream and its coverage ends on Golf Channel and goes over to like another channel like NBC or whatever?
Hmm.
Oh, you should hear him. The fuss. He's like, oh, hey, can you change the TV to NBC?
Oh, weird.
He doesn't want to miss any second of golf.
I mean, it's not a high-paced game. So like you could literally go at a snail's pace and change that channel, and I doubt he would
Yeah.
miss anything.
Oh no, I missed the golf cart moving 10
To
meters.
be fair, I've only worked one golf tournament. Um, it was fine. It was a beautiful day. It's the first time I ever took a nap on the job because we were literally just waiting on this one hole. Waited there for 3 hours. Again, took a nap, hung out with the gopher. The guy I was working with like played some Bill Burr clips on YouTube for him.
Nice.
And then finally the people we were waiting for showed up on our hole, and then it was go 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 go. Ooh. That's me holding a camera. And then the guy sunk his putt, and that was our day. And then it was time to go back to the base, back to the compound, and start wrapping all the cables and putting all the toys in the box. And by the way, there was like 60 people on this show for golf. Like it was weird. It's one of the biggest shows I've ever been on. But also just like, wow, we did a whole lot of nothing today. This is until we had to do the wrap, and then like my shoulder almost fell off because I literally had to spool like a mile's worth of cable on just one cable. Forget about the rest of the cables that were involved. Like just like, my arms hurt. It sucks.
So what you're saying is that after filming someone sinking their ball in your hole,
Boom.
you was very tired.
That's right. And then I called him Daddy. Like, thank you,
On that
Daddy.
note, I think we'll just wrap up the first half of this week's Waffle Box, episode 199. My God, it's gonna be episode 200 soon.
Sooner than later.
Crazy.
It's pretty
Still to
exciting.
come. We have the usual hijinks of ballyhoo or celebrity birthday blackjack, Kush's movie review, and much more. Don't forget, if you want to get a story or whatever featured on the show, you can hit us up at enjoywafflebox@gmail.com, at Wafflebox on Twitter, at Wafflebot on Blue Sky, or leave us a text message or voice message on 347-559-5227. That's 347-559-5227. We'll be back, though, after this short commercial break.
Hello?
Mom, it's me.
Jimmy! How great to hear from you! How are you?
Not good, Mom. I killed a man drunk driving. I need bail money bad. Can you, remortgage the house?
Every day is Mother's Day. San Andreas Telephone for those difficult conversations.
Place your bets. It's now time for birthday blackjack.
I also like to live dangerously.
Yes, welcome back to episode 199 of the Waffle Box podcast. It's that time to play Birthday Blackjack. This is a game show where we find 5 celebrities that are celebrating their birthday today, the day of this release on July the 2nd. And Kush has to guess how old they are. Of course, you can play along at home and let us know your score in the comment section below on YouTube. Or again at Wafflebox on Twitter, Wafflepod on Blue Sky. How the point system works is, let's just say I give you 5 celebrities, and the first celebrity is 50 years old, and you get 55. You're 8 years out, so you score 5 points. And across the 5 celebrities, your aim of the game is to keep your score at 21 or below, hence birthday blackjack. Kush.
It's me.
A little bit of a cold streak, shall we say, you're on right now.
Oh boy, you ain't wrong. You are not
Currently,
wrong. In fact, you are so not wrong, you were right.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Currently record 6 and 12, which is a 0.3 recurring batting average.
Yeah. 33 and a third.
Boom. Love a recurring 3, if ever I see one. But I feel confident. I feel you could turn this franchise around starting today.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is the pep talk I need, Coach. Let's go.
Well, are you ready for celebrity birthday numero uno?
I was born ready, Coach. Let's go. I don't know what this accent
is. Here's the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be at hating Bill Goldberg. It's Mr. Bret, the Hitman Hart. How old is Bret, the Hitman Hart?
Ooh, he's up there now. I actually have the Bret Hart experience. I had to do security for him once upon a time in Newark, California for big time wrestling.
Wait, there's a Newark in California?
There's a Newark, California. Yeah. It's in the East Bay. You can take the BART, the Bay Area Rapid Transit System out there. And those were my first days in pro wrestling. He was there as part of the event, but he was also doing a little autograph gimmick. And the promoter, who's no longer with us, God bless you, Kirk White, we miss you. Kirk White had an in at one of the comic collectible shops. Anyways, that guy brought in like 4 or 5 WWE belts for Bret Hart to sign. And when Bret Hart saw them, at first he didn't trip, but then he saw Shawn Michaels' autograph on them, and he went, motherfucker. And so he wrote, 5-time WWF champion Bret Hart. And when Kirk came, he was like, who the fuck told him to do that? I was like, he just did it himself, sir. I don't. It was a big thing. Anyways, Bret Hart is, I'm going to say, 64.
64 is your guess. Maybe a pretty good guess. Unfortunately, not spot on, but he's 68.
Okay, that's not bad.
Happy birthday, Bret Hitman Hart.
Yeah.
68, that means you score 4. Do you remember when he went into like acting for a little bit and he was a genie something?
No. I don't. I think the only acting I know that he's done is just that one bit on The Simpsons. We need to let the old man air out.
Apparently, that wasn't supposed to. He was just there to voice like generic wrestler. And then apparently he did such a good job, they were like, "Fuck it, let's just make it Bret Hart."
Yeah, why not? But why wouldn't you do that?
I don't know.
That's bizarre. Yeah, you got Bret Hart. Just draw Bret Hart.
But yeah, if you're ever bored, go on Google Images and search Bret Hart genie. He looks amazing. He looks amazing. I will say that. But anyway, step number 2.
Number 2.
Star of The Parent Trap, Freaky Friday, and other teenage junk, Miss Lindsay Lohan. Is it Lindsay Lohan? So happy birthday, Lindsay Lohan, by the way.
Happy birthday, Lindsay Lohan. She's on a comeback right now.
Oh.
Yeah. She hasn't been. I see what you did there. She wasn't working for the longest time, and because she had substance problems, and that's apparently behind her. And there's going to be a sequel to Freaky Friday. I think it comes out this summer. It's going to be a theatrical release. Jamie Lee Curtis is in it. I didn't even see.
She's a child star. Like, what? Can you believe Lindsay Lohan had a drug issue? Yeah, I can. She was a child star. Pretty much 99% of them end up arrested, in rehab, or dead before they're 25.
Oh my god!
If anything, shout out to Lindsay Lohan, because you're still here, you're still rocking.
She looks beautiful again, by the way. She was not looking beautiful for the longest time, but she's clean.
Did she have the coke nose? If you know what I mean? Where
she had all sorts of shit, dude. Yeah, no, like just she looked like a hot mess when she was at her worst. But again, that's all behind her.
Yeah, we don't have to dwell on that. It's her birthday.
Yeah. I'm going to say Lindsay Lohan is 45 years old. I believe she's just a little bit younger than me. By the way, this is Bret Hart as the genie. That should
yeah.
I kind of want this poster. I want this poster.
I want that on a t-shirt.
A t-shirt would also be awesome, right?
After all the kind words you said about Lindsay Lohan,
just doing great.
Yeah, now she probably hates you though. She is not 45. She's 39 years old today. Happy birthday,
interesting.
Lohan.
Okay. So significantly younger than me, but still.
So she's actually technically younger than me. Jesus. So goddamn hard, yeah. Let's take your score up to 10.
That's okay. Yeah, I'm okay. We're doing okay.
Celebrity number 3.
Number 3.
Retired American soccer player.
Oh, cheers.
Who scored 123 goals at international level.
Nice. That's a nice number.
Miss Alex Morgan.
I have no idea who this is.
She's a superstar for the U.S. women's national soccer team. Which means she was part of the most relevant soccer team in America, because for a while the men sucked dick, and so no one gave a shit about them. But the women were the best in the world, and so everyone was like, "Yeah, you go women in soccer." But she was a trailblazer.
I don't like it when you put down Americans, but I have no counter argument for this. So you're probably correct.
100% correct.
This young lady, whose name I don't even recall.
Alex Morgan.
Alex Morgan. 32.
32. Retired American soccer player is apparently 32.
Yeah, sounds right. I don't know anything about soccer or football, but I'm guessing she can be retired by 32.
Yeah, I was kind of busting your balls there. It's not a bad age to retire as a soccer player. But she's actually 36 years old today. Happy birthday, Alex Morgan.
Dude, there's a pattern here. Like I keep getting within about 4.
Yeah, you are now up to 14.
All right, we got this. We got
a little bit of wiggle room.
We're not out of the game. We're not out of the game, Coach.
Number 4.
Creator of Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm, comedian Larry David.
I don't know if he's actually a comedian, but
it's still Larry David. I see. Okay, I see what you mean. I was about to argue your point, but yes, because there is a difference between comedian and funny person.
Yeah, he's a very funny person.
All right, so
Number
he's still a
4.
very funny person.
Number 4.
Creator of Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm, funny person, Larry David.
Ethnic funny man Larry David is
Number 4.
Creator of Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm, Jewish funny man Larry David.
So do you remember Goodfellas?
Yes.
And they do the
usual
whole gimmick where they walk through the bar, they go through the kitchen and all that, and as they're sitting down and the table is brought to them, the MC is announcing the comedian, and it is ethnic funny man Henny Youngman, who was his ethnicity was he was just Jewish. Anyways,
Number 4.
Creator of Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm, Jewish funny man who may or may not sometimes wear a yarmulke.
Jeez, I don't even know if he wears a yarmulke. I think
Never seen him wear a yarmulke.
I've never seen him.
Did I ever tell you I used to work with a Jewish guy who had a different color yarmulke every day that would match his fashion for that day?
I kind of love that.
Oh, it was so impressive.
When I worked for the Oakland worked shows at the Oakland Athletics at the Coliseum in Oakland, ironically. There was a kid in the box office who would give us our credentials, and he had an Oakland A's yarmulke, and I was like,
nice.
It was pretty sweet. And I'm not even an A's fan, but I was like, you go, boy. Anyways, enough stalling on that. Ethnic funny man Larry David is 72 years old.
Creator of Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm, dreidel playing Jewish yarmulke wearing funny man Larry David. Harold, wait, what was your guess?
Matzo ball soup eating Larry David. 72 years old.
72 years old. You know what? There is a pattern going. First one used 4 out. Second one used 6 out. Third one used 4 out. You was 6 out again. 78.
Wow, he's
Larry
old.
David. Happy birthday, Larry David.
It's
Which
amazing
means
that he's that fucking sharp still at 78.
you're close to being kicked out of the casino, but you're still in the game.
You're still in the game, coach.
You're at
We got
20. You're at 20. You have to get it.
Oh,
Yes.
man. No pressure.
Good luck.
No pressure.
Number 5.
Actress best known for explaining Wall Street jargon from a bathtub, Miss Margot Robbie.
Oh, okay. I never saw that.
And she played Barbie, but she was in a bathtub once. Explaining.
I still have. I literally downloaded the GIF of her first date.
You
from the Wolf
downloaded a whole GIF.
A whole GIF of her standing in the doorway, just booty naked from Wolf of Wall Street. And I was like, she's never gonna look better than this ever. Fuck Harley Quinn. This woman is beautiful. Anyway,
because she's feeling a little bit lonely. Let me fire up the GIF folder.
Hey, it helps on those cold winter nights, man, when you don't have any internet connection. It happens. We do that heavy breathing. We do. Miss Margot Robbie. Jeez. I think she's not much older than Lindsay Lohan, but I'm gonna say 36 anyways.
36.
36 is my guess, and this is do or die, baby.
We've got 1 minute 50 seconds before the jingle runs out, so I'm gonna try to move on. But I love your reasoning where you say you don't think. See, I haven't heard this bit of the jingle before. This is the longest birthday, Blackjack. Yeah, you said, I don't think Margot Robbie's much older than Lindsay Lohan.
No, I said not much older.
Yeah, so we already clarified that Lindsay Lohan is 39. So your guess
36.
was 36.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't think Margot Robbie is that much older than Lindsay Lohan? So much so,
dude, don't worry about the goddamn
younger.
phrasing. What's the fucking game? What's the answer?
I'm dragging this out because, my friend, Margot Robbie is 35, which means your final score is 21. Boom! That's Blackjack.
Blackjack.
Boom!
Holy shit!
You win.
Holy shit!
I don't have the numbers to back this up, but I feel this might This is gonna be. I think this might be the first time you've hit 21 dead on. This is
I
obviously
think
not the
that
first
is
time you've
correct.
won, but I think this is the first time you've hit 21 dead on the nose. Bad boy. Here's a rolled up newspaper. Boom, on the nose. That's how you got it.
That's my nose, though. It's a big nose, too. It's a very big Semitic nose.
No, let's not add that to the Larry David introduction. What is there's a Jewish holiday or Jewish where I think
There's a couple
people
Jewish
like
holidays.
people try. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like where Jewish people just try to find other Jewish people and do something nice for them because it's like, hey, do something nice for other Jewish people.
Okay. Yeah,
And so what you'll see
heard of it.
is around New York City, you'll find people, Jewish people, walking around just asking strangers, "Hey, are you Jewish?" Like that kind of just almost like, I want to do something nice for you. I was unaware of this was a thing.
Same. I'm just learning about it now from you.
So on my way to work one morning, I had 3 people come up to me asking me if I was Jewish. Now, it's
the beard. I get it.
No, my self-consciousness about the size of my nose was already a thing.
Okay. Yeah, you do have a pretty big nose, too.
I got a good honker on me.
Yeah, man. That's nothing to be proud of. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Nothing to be ashamed of. There we go.
Freudian
We get
slip.
cancelled.
Freudian
But
slip.
to the literally, I felt to the third person, I was like, no, I just have a big nose. And then I got to work and explained and then someone explained it to me, and I was like, oh, now I feel like an asshole. I didn't realize that it was a thing. Otherwise, I'd just be like, oh no, but thank you.
Growing up and into my adulthood, people would all be like, "You're Jewish, aren't you?" And I'd be like, "No, asshole, I'm Irish." Oh, by the way, no, I'm not Irish. I am way less Irish than I thought I was. I thought I was at least half. I am way, way, way less Irish. And thanks to Ancestry.com and 23andMe, super Jewish. I didn't know that. I didn't know that could be a thing. I thought I had to like go on a ritual walk, slay a dragon or something. No. Just we're trusting the science, and the science says Jewish.
Did you immediately start using like Jewish terminology?
I've been doing that because
I'm
Yiddish
spitting here.
Yiddish is a very fun language. So I was just like, yeah, I love Mel Brooks. Like, why wouldn't I? You know.
Well, who doesn't love Mel Brooks?
You'd be surprised.
He was on. Have you ever seen the show? It's on Netflix. So the guy who created the TV show Everyone Loves Raymond.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the top of it. It's Phil something.
Phil, I know who you're talking about. Yes.
So he's Jewish, by the way.
Just the facts, ma'am.
And he has he has a food show on Netflix called Everybody or Somebody Feed Phil. And every episode he has like a Zoom conversation with a celebrity friend where he just discusses his little trip where he's been, and then they have to tell a joke.
Okay.
That's the thing. Because apparently when it was like an ode to his father was a funny guy, and he would always, whenever he traveled, he would Zoom call with his parents, and at the end of every Zoom call, his dad would tell him a joke. And so that was the thing he wanted to continue on, so he would have a Zoom conversation with a comedian, and he was like, right, tell me a joke. That was the thing.
Have you ever seen the documentary?
Wait, I haven't finished my goddamn story yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. I thought there was a pregnant pause there. Maybe it's anyways, please continue. I'm sorry.
So one episode, he has Mel Brooks on his Zoom call.
Okay, yeah, that's how we started this.
Who is looking very old. He's not looking Clint Eastwood old
now.
To be fair, he looks better than Clint Eastwood. He looks old, but he doesn't look Clint Eastwood old. Okay, he doesn't look like, oh my, is this? Wait, am I watching a Mel Brooks interview or am I watching The Walking Dead? Like he doesn't look that bad yet.
Okay.
And he tells his joke, and he's like, I'll try to do it justice. I'm never going to do it justice. It's all Mel Brooks. But he's like, he walks into a store, and he's like, I walked into a store, and there was like every shelf was just boxes of salt. It's like a top shelf salt, middle shelf salt. And so I went up to the guy behind the store, and I was like, oh my God, do you sell a lot of salt? And the storekeeper goes, oh no, I hardly ever sell any salt.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy that does sell salt, he's amazing at selling salt. It's like, it's such a shitty joke, but it's so good. You have to watch Mel Brooks.
You had to be there. You had to be there. I get it.
Hence why he has so much salt, because he's the other guy that sells salt very well, and he doesn't sell salt anyway.
Noted. So that guy Phil also did a documentary about Russia, the country of Russia optioned the rights to make their version of Everybody Loves Raymond. So he
Ooh.
went out there to provide, support and, like maybe do this, maybe not do that, and da da da. Da. And the wife character, I it's pretty safe to say that like, domestic households aren't much different from Russia than America. However, the powers that be were like, let's put the wife in a ball gown while she's doing housework. And he was like, what? He's like, yeah. We want her in a ball gown. And he's like, is that a thing Russian women do? Like when they're, dusting and washing the dishes and fixing food for the family, are they in ball gowns? Like, well, of course not. But we want to put her in a ball gown. And
But we'd like them to be, so maybe if we...
Guys, this is fucking madness. Like, what are you doing? That's one of the only details I remember. But I don't even remember what the name of it is. But Phil, what's his name?
Everyone loves Vladimir.
Probably not that much different.
But there is one episode where he's got Raymond and the guy who plays his big brother.
Right.
Yeah, but Brett, the actor who plays Brett is a hilarious man as well.
Well, no, the actor's name is Brett.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Yeah. Anyway, you know me. The three of them together, fun times. You should check it out. Somebody Feed Phil on Netflix. That's my recommendation for you. And I feel bad that we got to that segue by talking about Larry David. And we talked about Larry David for quite a while, and we ended up just pimping another Jewish funny man, not called Larry David. So I kind of feel bad for whatever. Happy birthday, Larry David.
I think it's worth it. Yeah.
There you go. Anyway,
Larry David would say that guy's funny too.
I think. Maybe.
Although he's kind of a cunt. So he was like, that guy don't know funny. That guy doesn't know funny. He's standing behind me, isn't he? Wow, that's
Larry David somehow make it awkward, and he loves doing that.
I've maybe seen like 3 episodes of that TV series, but that medley is iconic for awkward.
Yes, I think I probably watched like 2 episodes of it. It's too awkward for me. I can't do it.
It's funny.
Anyway.
It's a funny show. But I was never into it.
Anywho, it's now time for Kush to take the driver's seat of the chair. Of the show. Oh, there we go. I'm drunk. And talk about a movie in this week's segment that we like to call Kush's Movie Review.
Kush's Movie Review.
This week's Kush's Movie Review is F1 the Movie, which stars Brad Pitt, who plays an aging star struggling with the natural aging process after having several failed marriages. What a reach.
Normally you try and make a joke out of that, but that's pretty spot on.
I know. Before you start talking about this, I make fun of it. I make 1, huge fan of Brad Pitt, love Brad Pitt. 2, massive fan of Formula 1. I haven't seen this movie yet, but I'm super fucking hyped to see this.
Okay.
Feel free to spoil. I don't give a fuck if you spoil it. I'm just gonna enjoy it anyway. But I hope this movie is great. Go.
There's not much to spoil, and I have great news for you. This movie's pretty great.
Yeah.
So we're talking F1 the movie, not F1 the lunchbox. It is PG-13 and surprisingly 2 hours and 35 minutes. Now, Serb Squad, you know how I feel about run times?
That's long.
Didn't feel 1 minute of it.
Ooh.
Is it in I swear to God, I thought this thing was about 2 hours. And then when I left and I was looking up the review, I was like, this was 2.5 hours? Holy shit. Didn't feel I'm on the edge of my seat the entire time. I want to go back and watch it in 4DX if it's available. I don't know that it's available, but if it is, I would like to go see it in 4DX now because I had a great time watching this. This is directed by Joseph Kosinski. You know him as the guy who directed Tom Cruise in Top Gun Maverick. This gets a lot of comparisons to Top Gun Maverick. kind of fair, but we'll get more into that later. This is also not only written by Joseph Kosinski, but a man named Aaron Kruger. That's Ehren, as opposed to whatever. And as you mentioned, Mr. Brad Pitt, a gentleman named Damson Idris, if I spelled that correctly, and he does a lot of TV. I think the biggest thing he's done is a TV series called Snowfall. That's on the FX channel for those in the States. And then Javier Bardem, fantastic. And then Miss Carrie Condon, who we have talked about before in well, Jesus Christ, dude. Night Swim, the most boringest horror movie that we've ever reviewed on this channel. And then let me Banshees of Inisherin, which is an Irish thing with Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson. I still feel like this was, I don't know what Inisherin is, but I keep going like, why are we not in Japan? Anyway, enough of that. And then she also did she played the voice character Friday in the Avengers movies when Vision became his own character. Anyways, this is F1 the movie, and again, it gets a lot of comparisons to Top Gun Maverick. I get why people do this, but it's actually closer to a movie from 2001, directed by Rennie Harlan, starring Mr. Sylvester Stallone, called Driven. It was not a good movie. Stallone is the biggest name, and then everyone else is like, I've never heard of this person, and I've never heard of them since. But that story is old race driver, young race driver. They got to work together. He teaches the kid how to fucking focus and be a better racer, and the kid teaches him how to loosen up and just be a dude. And then a race happens. Driven is not a very good movie. However, after seeing F1 and making that comparison, I've been trying to watch Driven, and it's behind a paywall. And you know what? I'm not going to pay $4 to see it. Anyway, like I just said, Brad Pitt is a race car driver. He is a very good race car driver. He was at his peak at one point, and then there's a car accident during a race, knocks him off his momentum, and now he's just kind of a journeyman racer for hire. He's literally just looking in the WOD ads for racer wanted. Oh, there's a thing in Baja. I should go do that. It is not the most complex story. That doesn't mean it's still a bad story. As I mentioned, I had a great goddamn time watching this. I'm on the edge of my seat. I like all of the characters. I like where the plot went. I liked how the story progressed. They, again, much like Top Gun Maverick, they figured out a way to put the smallest camera in the cockpit or in the driver's seat of the race car, so you are there watching Brad Pitt drive. I don't know necessarily how fast he's going or if he's trying to go do Tom Cruise stunts or whatever, but Brad Pitt was racing an F1 Formula car. I don't really know much about racing. If you do follow us here, Serb Squad, you know that I usually do a gimmick with the National Hot Rod Association, but that's a straight line, and it's 1,000 feet or a quarter mile or both, and it's two completely different sports. However, this was a great goddamn time, dude. I would absolutely recommend everybody see this in the theater on as big a screen as you can. The poster's like made for IMAX, in IMAX, whatever. I saw it on a regular screen, but it's still huge. So I was there. I had a good time. It was a full house. And, man, I really don't have much else to add to this. 5 out of 5. It might be the highest rated movie I've given on the Waffle Box for 2025. There are better movies that I've seen that we haven't discussed, but as far as movies I've reviewed for the Waffle Box, 5 out of 5. I had a great goddamn time. I want to see it again in 4DX. Mike Fish, you have questions?
No, not really.
Oh,
I just know that what I love is just because I've been watching Formula One for 30 years, and I just know that he would always appear during, I think it was either last season or the season before, they would, like, on certain races, they would set up, because there's 10 teams in Formula One right now.
Okay.
They are adding an 11th one next year, but they would often end up like setting up an 11th garage with Brad Pitt name face on blah blah blah, and because they would film a lot of this during actual Formula One race weekends and things
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
And they were like he was very, what I love is that he was very, what's the word I'm trying to look for? He was like, I want this to be as realistic, and I want this to be as respectful to the
Sure.
craft, and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen whether, because there was like a former Formula One driver who now does like interviews on the grid, and he does that for every race. And like I remember one weekend, like Brad Pitt spotted him. Normally, this guy comes up to a celebrity and goes, "Hey, can I interview you real quick?" Brad Pitt spotted him and was like, "Hey, you should be in this movie that I'm making about Formula One." I don't know if he ended up in it. Probably he made a cameo in it at some point. But I love the fact that he was like, so involved in Formula One, where he's like, he's very well known in Formula One. He does a lot of things in Formula One. I need him in my movie, kind of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Love. So yeah, I'm a lot of respect for Brad Pitt. I'm very excited to finally see it.
I know nothing about Formula One or racing in general, but I believe they went to just based on what you said and what I've seen, they went on location to like Abu Dhabi and Las Vegas, where the newest F1 racetrack is.
Yes,
they went to all the big locations, and then they name drop people. And you don't even have to know who is who, but like they're naming specific names. So like I was like, I don't know why they would make up this name. Like
Lando Norris.
He raced with so and so and Sienna and da, da, da. And I was like, oh, I guess
Senna, not Sienna.
Senna. So yeah, he raced with Senna. And I've talked to other people since I've seen that movie before we did this review, and they were like, oh yeah, that guy's in this movie, and this guy's in that movie, and this guy's in that movie, and I was like, all right. So like it's a fantastic fucking movie, dude. Yeah, if you have time, go see it in the theater. So I'm giving it a 5 out of 5, and I'm saying I want to see it in another format.
Boom.
I never say that shit.
Never said that shit. 199 episodes. Never said that shit.
I probably said it once or twice, but still.
Jesus Christ! You just kind of like
hey, man, shut up.
And then you shut yourself down.
I'm insecure.
Yeah. Anyway, F1 the movie, starring Brad Pitt and lots of other people, including Salazar from Pirates of the Caribbean. Sorry, pretty much the whole movie review, I was trying to think of like, I know that Javier guy. I need to find what it was.
Yeah, you've seen him in a lot of stuff. You've seen him.
I have seen him, but I remember that he was Captain Salazar in I think like Pirates of the Caribbean 4, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was great.
I tapped out after 3, and I think
you have to watch
they're on number 6 now.
Gotta catch 'em all.
No, I don't. They're convoluted and boring. That first one is fantastic.
Very dare you.
That first Pirates movie is great, but everything else
watched those movies
like
so many goddamn fucking times because there is, for some reason, whenever I go on a flight,
okay,
my go-to to download from my Disney Plus app is I just download the fucking Pirates of the Caribbean movies and I watch them.
You can download movies on the Disney app?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I know Netflix was letting you do that too for a minute. But okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. And you know what? Those movies are so fucking long that perfect flight film.
Right?
Perfect way to occupy your time. Yeah. If you like them, perfect movie to download.
It's hot. Anyway, there we go. F1 the movie, starring Brad Pitt. 5 out of 5. Check it out.
Please.
Or
don't do it on my account though, dude, because you want to see a good movie.
No, spend your own money. Anyway. Larry David's Jewish. Anyway, let's wrap this week.
What anti-Semitic shit are you saying, sir?
No, it's a callback. If you're just watching this on it, anyway, doesn't matter. Let's wrap this week's show up. 199. God damn. With in a nice.
You know, man, it literally doesn't feel like 199 episodes have passed us, man. I still feel like we're 3 months old. I say that every year. I feel like we're still brand spanking new.
Spanking. Now you're speaking my language. It's now time to wrap this show up in
Yeah.
a nice little bow in this week's feel-good story of the week.
It's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
Now this feel-good story is going to hit close to home.
Oh.
Because I'm
Do I
a
need to
dog
hold on to
person.
something? Do I need to hug a pillow?
No, if you're a dog person, she's
No, I'm not a
gonna
dog person.
fuck you.
I'll make it work. I hate dogs. I'm just not a dog person.
Hunter Metzger from Pennsylvania. Who the fuck is shooting off fireworks right now?
It's coming up on 4th of July weekend, so that'll be going on for another week. I'm surprised I don't have any going on in my yard right now.
I record a podcast here.
We didn't hear it. We wouldn't have known if you hadn't said anything.
Right. Anyway, Hunter Metzger from Pennsylvania ordered a special final meal for his 8-year-old Great Dane Iris from Texas Roadhouse after learning she had an untreatable nasal tumor. The order, placed on April 19th, included an 8-ounce New York strip steak, steak fries, mashed potatoes, and bread. And in there, if you've ever ordered like delivery on sometimes they have like a special request or a special thing, little box that you can type some stuff in there.
A little doggy bag.
Yeah, and so in the special request they typed, "This is a last meal for our dog. Please prepare it with love." Okay. After preparing the meal, staff members wrote him a note of condolence on the receipt paper and added, quote, "made with love" on the to-go container. When Metzger picked up the order, staff members came to the window personally to share their condolences in person. Okay. He said, "It just blew us away. She was just put down later that night. And the next morning, I happened to check my emails and saw that they had also refunded my meal."
Oh, man, that's really nice. Yeah, you can. Don't worry about me, but that's generally a nice story.
Metzger, who recently celebrated his birthday, decided to mark the occasion by going to Texas Roadhouse, where he met kitchen manager Kate Weston and some of the staff, and they talked about their dogs and Iris specifically. A gentle giant who loved to try and sit on people as if she was a lap dog.
It's a heavy dog, too. Well,
bless.
Yeah.
So there you go. Shout out to Texas Roadhouse in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
For treating that dog beautifully.
Yeah, that's generally a sweet story.
Oh, it always gets
Did you
me.
get a little misty-eyed there?
I did.
Oh my god, that has never happened in 199 episodes, folks.
No, because I have a couple of four-legged friends, and one of them is
not doing so well. Yeah.
she's getting there, bless her, and so I know I'm preparing for that at some point. I know that. Yeah. So yeah, it's nice when people do nice things for people, I guess.
Like I said, let's commit more random acts of kindness, everybody.
Exactly. Just be nice to one stranger a day, and
if
trust
you can,
me,
yeah,
your
please.
life will be improved.
For real.
Just the facts, ma'am.
That was just a fact.
Oh. Before I start blubbering around.
Oh. Right.
Larry David's Jewish, by the way. Right, yeah, so that episode is 199. Due to scheduling, we're not 100% sure if episode 200 will be next week. It might not be next week. But when it comes, it's gonna be like a frustrated teenager. It's gonna come so hard in your face.
Dude, sounds like my goddamn holiday already. I'll tell you more about that later.
Yeah, we haven't worked out the format. I'm thinking we could change it. I'm just thinking we don't do a run sheet for episode. We just shoot the shit.
Yeah.
Just talk.
We just waffle about.
Shout it out. We just waffle, exactly. Who knows? We'll
That's
see.
the name of the show.
But due to work scheduling, it might not be in 7 days' time, but it'll be soon.
It's right around the corner, kids. I will bring the minimalist equipment with me on my holiday if we can do something. But folks, I'm not guaranteeing anything. I am going on holiday, so there it is. We've done crazier shows on business trips and European international holidays. Maybe on this one, I just set this one out this time. However, 200. It's right around the corner.
Soon. Media that we recommend. I think I hyped it up. Check out Somebody Feed Phil on Netflix. Very good show. Very fun show. It's not your regular food show, which I normally hate. It's fun. Check it out if you have a Netflix subscription, or if you want to use your parents' Netflix subscription. I don't judge. Anything that you've consumed recently in the last 7 days that you think the Super should check out?
I'm gonna recommend a YouTube channel called Mrs. Eats, and it is a Japanese woman who is explaining the cultural differences between the United States and Japan. Words that get mistaken, words that sound inappropriate in her language, words that sound inappropriate in our language. Bukkake, not what it means out over there. What it means here in the United States, not what it means over there. So, yeah, she is very funny. She brings her husband in, and they'll do little skits together. Not all the time, but occasionally. And when they do, they're very funny. So like, she'll come into the room and she'll say something like, "What doesn't matter what she says, but it sounds sexually pleasing." And then when her husband finds out, like, "Oh no, we're just gonna eat shrimp chips," he's like, "Damn it, Linda!" He's a Japanese American, so there's anyway.
When I was gonna get blowjob.
But he sounds like Hank Hill. Like, "Damn it, Linda, you ain't right."
That boy ain't right. Oh, is that King of the Hill reboot coming soon?
That's coming very soon. Yeah, I think that's the end of July. Even.
And the kid, he's an adult.
He grew up Bobby.
Bobby has a kid.
I'm okay with that.
Bobby has a kid
now? Oh, wow.
King
of the Hill, very unappreciated show.
And also, not many people know that technically that's a Beavis and Butthead spin-off.
Yes. Sort of-ish.
Sort of-ish. It's like if you ever watch early Beavis and Butthead, technically Hank Hill is in it, but he's not Hank Hill.
He's definitely under a different name, but it is the same voice. It's the same speech pattern, but it's Mike.
Looks the same, and he's like, "Oh, these boys, It's
I wouldn't say Mr. Anderson. I want to say is his name.
Something like that. But Daria is definitely a Beavis and Butthead.
Daria was definitely a Beavis and Butthead spinoff, and actually a very good show. It was smarter than Beavis and Butthead, ironically.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. But I do miss Beavis and Butthead. Like, the best part of Beavis and Butthead was definitely the reviews of the music videos and the TV shows.
I know they came out with a new series. It was on Paramount Plus, so I didn't see it. But I know there's a new Beavis and Butthead series. Are they still making? I don't know. But there's a very recent new series for Beavis and Butthead. If you want that, Mike.
But do yourself a favor. Go search on YouTube. Beavis and Butthead review Jersey Shore.
Oh,
Chef's Kiss.
Okay.
Chef's Kiss.
Because they had a Marvel comic for a minute and a half, and so much like the TV show. Instead of music videos, they would actually review an issue of the Hulk.
Fascinating.
It was fun. It was fun.
Check that out. Anyway, that's episode 199 in the books. Episode 200 coming up soon. We'll just surprise you. We'll just sneak up on you. Woo! Like you didn't know it, but it'll be well worth it. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification, blah 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 blah. We shouldn't have to say this because it's a holiday, but don't drink and drive. Don't do anything and drive. Don't get behind a wheel. Don't Uber, Lyft, masturbate and drive.
Take a scooter, bicycle, walk, or just stay home. But whatever you do, just be safe, have a good time, and don't fucking endanger people's lives, including your own.
Exactly. And on that note, take care of yourselves. and each other.
Little Sister Hayes, we love you. Hope you're doing well.
Larry David's Jewish.
That's all, folks.
Play me off, Johnny.